Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well. This video is yet another installment in an ongoing series that I like to call, What the Hell Are the Kids Doing These Days? This Shit Makes Me Feel Old. I'm just joking, but not really. Let's talk a little bit about remix culture. The idea or concept of remixing or retooling a song for another purpose, another appeal, another genre variation is obviously nothing new at this point. We could dial it back to various house and dance remixes of popular songs, to chopped and screwed remixes of popular songs, and it probably goes back further even before that, but let's use that as a bit of a cultural touchstone here since we're probably all well familiar with that. Well, remix culture has undergone some pretty absurd variations in the internet age as well, as I'm sure a lot of you have observed. Slowed and reverbed stuff, which is, kind of like a gentrified version of chopping and screwing a track. Also, don't forget 8D audio, which in concept is essentially somebody taking the audio of a popular track and throwing a bunch of reverb on it and then having it slowly pan from one side of the mix to the other. The entire track, sometimes pieces of it if they can get the stems, but for the most part, the entire audio fucking wave of the song sliding to the left, and then the right, and then the left, and then the right. And for some reason, this is somehow 8 fucking dimensions. Yeah, that's pretty stupid, and I'm glad for the most part that trend is gone. But we have a new one afoot, guys and gals and non-binary pals. Now what the kids are into is just the same song that you have heard a million times already, but it is now just sped up. Yes, take the track and you speed it up to the point where the tempo is faster and the vocals are a bit higher,
like that of an Alvin and the Chipmunks recording.
That is the thing, and that is the appeal. That's the new hotness. Well, not a new trend, because the phenomenon that I'm going to speak on links back to a niche internet music remix trend called nightcore. Now, you may be asking, Anthony, why the hell would anybody want to just listen to a perfectly good song, but just like sped up for no reason whatsoever? It's for the same reason that anybody wants to listen to anything in music today, fucking TikTok. You know the story as far as music goes on there and how miraculously it seems to pop off all sorts of new and old and underground tracks from a variety of artists whose songs, whether it is a Bad Bad Not Good remix or a Pavement B-side, climb high in terms of streaming numbers off of viral TikToks and videos and shares and reuses of that music in a variety of different videos. But for TikTok and its users, it's not enough to just simply have access to all of this mainstream music and be able to use it and implement it in pretty much any way you see fit in whatever content you're making. No, fans are actually taking the music and speeding it up. And I mean, I guess it does kind of, create a pretty interesting effect in the cases of certain memes or points or jokes or bits of video content, which I think is fine and cool and interesting. That as a concept is no surprise to me. But these sped up versions of songs are becoming the entry point of listening, of experience for a lot of young internet users. And as a result of that, they are becoming like attached not to the original version of the song, but the sped up version of it. And you now have people who just want to hear the sped up versions of those songs, and artists and labels are taking notice by uploading sped up versions of those songs to streaming platforms. How does this work exactly in terms of like streaming numbers and, quote unquote sales? Do the streams of these tracks count to the numbers of the original that is being sped up, or could an artist potentially get a platinum plaque off of a sped up version of their song? As silly as it is, I will say this and I will put it this way. Look, if a sped up version of a track ends up drawing more attention to an artist and their work, and it gets them more streams and it puts more money in their pocket at the end of the day, in this treacherous, unforgiving, ugly, and thankless industry that we call the music industry, ultimately, that's a good thing. That's a net positive. Again, as long as that is leading to more sales and money and attention for the given artist, who cares if it's fucking sped up? Maybe that wasn't their original vision for the track, for things to be functioning at that tempo, and for us to have like a chipmunk version of their vocals. But hey, at the end of the day, that just kind of increases the chances that those individuals enjoying the sped up version of the track will go on to listen to other songs from that artist in their catalog, maybe songs that are not so sped up. I suppose the question past this point is, this sped up stuff going on TikTok, is this merely just a second wind for Nightcore? Is it its own thing? Some of these remixes, these classic Nightcore remixes on the internet, have been sitting on YouTube for years and years and years and predate TikTok by quite a while. But yeah, we are at a point where culturally we are just simply speeding tracks up and then dishing that out to the listener, which I suppose is an interesting switch up from, the typically slow and reverby and syrupy revisions of songs that we've been seeing as of late. Maybe this is actually kind of a reflection of what your brain is like on TikTok. It's not drugged out. It's not tripped out. It's not slow. It's not like functioning in this cloudy haze. Instead, it's like... So songs at a normal tempo and normal pitch are just not enough for the brain to continue to be stimulated after like an hour of just like scrolling through your For You page. You need your music. You need the audio that you're listening to be sped up and to be hypered up in order to get like that full, gratifying experience out of it. Remix crazes like this do tend to die out after a while, but from the looks of this one, it could just be starting to gear up, especially with labels beginning to embrace it. Will we see artists dropping an album and then a sped up version of that album on the off chance that would increase its likelihood of going viral on TikTok? Maybe we need to be, getting an option on Apple Music where we can listen to a track at 2.5 times the speed, just like a podcast, to kind of get through it faster, because, listening to songs at a normal pace is just really time consuming. If you're listening to all of your favorite songs 2 times as fast, you can listen to 2 times as many songs. But yeah, I think I will leave it there. You're the best. Let me know what the hell you think of this. Sped up songs. The future is now. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, sped up forever.